I don't have money is what I used to tell people when they would ask me why I didn't go to college. I think most of us can agree that the economy nowadays is just getting more expensive and the recession is hitting us hard. So going to college would be something that is sometimes unreachable for most of us. And pursuing a higher education, sometimes we have to seek to get a loan or something in order to afford it. Even our president today is debating in the White House about the expenses of seeking a higher education, how expensive it is becoming today. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about student loans, the cost of colleges nowadays, some of the loans that are actually available that come along with the debts, and ways to seek some sort of relief from going to very high debt. I want to talk to you first about the cost of colleges and universities here in the state of Texas. They can be very different costs depending on what career you are looking to take, and also if you are a resident or non-resident, and that can change your expenses greatly. The University of Houston, in their webpage, uh.edu, states that for a person, an example, taking architecture and is a resident of the state of Texas, they would be paying $215.21 versus the same career but a non-resident, that would be $525.21 for being out of state. As you can imagine, a degree has many credit hours that you have to take, and that would make it very expensive and very unaffordable for most of us. And some people that in order to pay for school, some people have to seek for a loan that they don't have to pay back until they are done with their degree. This brings me to my next point: student loans and where we borrow them. To help with tuition and books, there are government programs or loans, as they're called, that can assist us with this. The website finad.org tells us that 86.3% of four-year undergraduate students borrowed money to pay for college and ended up with an average debt of $24,651. One of the most common loans is a Stafford loan, which is borrowed by the student, and StaffordLoan.com tells us that the interest rate right now is at 4.5% for a subsidized loan and 6.8% for an undergraduate unsubsidized loan. There are also other options such as the Direct Plus loan, which is borrowed by the parent instead of the student, and that would be also a different interest rate when it comes to borrowing that money. As you can imagine, adding these interest rates, no matter how long they may be, they will accumulate and become very high. So when the person has to pay back the money, they would be owing quite an amount back to the person they borrowed it from or where they got the money from. However, there are things that you can seek for relief instead of just a loan. But if you have no option but to borrow this money or get a loan, then you shouldn't just go for the first thing that pops up in front of you. You should always make sure that is the best option. You should look around and seek more information for the interest rates and make sure you get the best option available. There are also some different alternatives, such as applying for scholarships. Almost every institution offers some sort of scholarship, and they might not be a whole lot of money, but it's better than nothing. If you apply for several scholarships, you can accumulate a bigger sum of money, which would allow you not to ask for that certain amount of money. And when it comes to borrowing the loan itself, this would lower your debt, and you would not have to pay all that much. Unfortunately, as time goes by, everything keeps getting more expensive, and getting a higher education is just becoming more necessary now more than ever before. Even though the cost of tuition and books for colleges and universities is just getting higher, this doesn't mean that we should not be able to afford to go to college or university, because there are things such as Stafford loan that can help us afford it, and it most definitely should not make us regret pursuing a career. Instead, we should seek what we think we can afford and other options to get relief from this high debt, so that way scholarships, for example, can help us, or getting the best interest rate possible or available is the best way to go also. So paying for college or university should not be a burden in the future for us if we seek the best available option that there is out there for us.